Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Booze Briefing. This is where I get to answer your dumbass questions, generally, about my books. Joe's The Cold War Diaries, Volume 1 and 2, with Volume 3 on the way. And today is going to be a really interesting episode. I can't wait. I'm so excited about this one. I've been stewing on this one a while, and you're going to find out why. But before we get started, give us a like, a share, a follow, do all of the internet things that you're supposed to do. And remember, every book that we sell helps raise money and awareness for American Gold Star mothers, cause near and dear to my heart. So we're going to do a mailbag episode today. I'm so excited about this. I do get emails. Most of them are, thanks for the, trip down memory lane, things like that. But I got a really unique one today, which is a perfect tie-in because we are going to be reviewing today. Let me rephrase that. We're going to be sampling today. You'll know why I'm saying this in a second. This is Michter's Small Batch. Now, I've never had this. I've heard of Michter's. It goes back to pre-Revolutionary War, quality and recipes and so on. It's Kentucky Straight Bourbon, 91.4 proof. So, this is the 2024 most admired whiskey in the world, according to Drinks International. So we'll find out about that. But let me open this up here while I talk to you about what we're going to do today. So, like I said, I get emails from people and they're like, hey man, this is a great book. Love the stories. Ha. I knew a guy just like that one guy in that one story, that kind of thing. And this one is a little different. And I do get hate mail. Let us say hate mails. Well, yeah, I do get some questionable emails from people who, by and large, didn't serve, and for some reason decided to read Joe's. I don't know. Don't ask me. So let's go and let this pour this a nice little pour here. Let this season up here in the ice. So got this email from a guy named Brian. I assume that's his real name. Fuck, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and read this to you. Tune in. Scott, I've been watching the Booze Briefing, and I feel like someone needs to say this because apparently no one else will. Okay. What you're doing is not a bourbon review. Okay. You don't nose it properly. You don't talk about the legs. You don't describe the finish in any meaningful way. And you definitely don't give the bourbon enough time to open up before drinking it. You just pour it, take a sip, and then start talking about army stories like that somehow counts as a proper tasting. Okay? That might be fine if you were just having a drink, but you're literally presenting it as part of the show. I wouldn't call it a show, but it's just I'm fucking sitting here with my camera, right? I mean, whatever. Call it a show if you want. Calling it a booze briefing doesn't excuse the fact that the bourbon part is completely amateurish and glossed over. Anyone who actually cares about whiskey can tell within the first minute that you don't really know what you're doing. There's a whole process to this, and it exists for a reason. Temperature, shape of the glass, nosing, palate, finish. You skip most of it, and when you do mention flavor notes, they're vague and not very helpful at all. If you want this to be taken seriously, I suggest watching a few real bourbon review channels and learn how it's actually done. Otherwise, it just comes off like a dude drinking on camera and pretending it's relevant content. Just some honest feedback, Brian. Well, Brian, boy, this is going to be fun. Before we get into the response, let me just take a little sip here. Sorry. Now, I'm not going to swirl and nose and all that. Take it a sip. Let's try Michter's. This is Michter's Small Batch Kentucky Bourbon. We'll see. Not bad at all. I like the bourbons that are around like the 90-ish proof. When you start getting higher proofs of whiskeys in general, I don't really see the draw of that. I really don't. But anyway, yeah, it's not bad at all. Well, we're going to take another sip here in a second. So before I answer Brian, or respond to Brian, I guess, feel free to chime in the comments, either on Facebook or YouTube, He didn't say which whether he saw it on. I guess he mentioned YouTube, so maybe that's where he saw it. Some of my other videos. I guess it's called the Booze Review. People click on it thinking I'm going to be doing some kind of, or Booze Briefing. I'm sorry, not the Booze Review. Well, the Booze Briefing. They think I'm briefing people on liquors, which, yeah, it's a little tiny bit of it, right? But that's not why I'm here. But yeah, take it to the comments, guys. Whatever you think about Brian, you know, and his comments. And look, I'm not going to sit here and say that you know, yeah, there are professionals that, you know, do all the sampling and tasting and reviews and all that shit. That's not me. Never has been, never will be. Okay, never will be. But holy mother of sweet baby Jesus, in a leaky ass fucking rowboat that hadn't seen PMCS in a month or two, maybe three. First off, Brian, I'm not judging bourbon here so I can give out fucking ribbons. Okay? There's no prizes here, all right? I'm drinking it while attempting to have some fun answering questions about some books that I'm pretty sure you haven't fucking read, right? Because if you had, you probably wouldn't have hit the send button, bro, right? I don't know how old you are. I have no idea. But I venture to say that I've been slugging whiskey a long time. A long time. And I'd put my track record up against yours in terms of volume. If you want to talk lifetime quantities of whiskey and bourbon that I have consumed, probably had more than you. Unless you're remarkably older than me and you're, you know, platinum level certified 40-year alcoholic, maybe, okay? You know, if you got to have legs, a finish, and a fucking tulip glass to enjoy drinking bourbon, you're fucking working. You're not drinking. I drink bourbon to forget about fucking work, among other things, right? I drink bourbon the same way we did in the Army, right? Pour it, sip it, slug it, chug it, move on. It's just that simple. No big deal. Brian. We don't open it up so it can breathe. We open it up so we can pour it, dumbass. Seriously? Okay? It opened up when I fucking took the cap off. There's that, right? All right. So, bro, if you're looking for some booze spreadsheets and shit, this ain't the place. There's plenty of places on YouTube, as you eloquently pointed out, for that sort of thing. This isn't the show for that, man. This isn't the show for that. I'm an every guy, just sitting around having a pour, seeing if I like it or not. That's all. No big deal, right? I'm not disrespecting you, Brian, or the bourbon, maybe a little bit of you, but I'm not disrespecting the bourbon for sure. It's not the bourbon's fault, right? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm trusting in the bourbon, Brian. And the bourbon has never let me or my buddies down. Not once. Ever. Even bad bourbon. Never let us down. Because we drink it for a reason. If you read these books and you knew people like the characters and the personas and the personalities in these books and you served with them, you would understand that. But you don't. You didn't. So, sorry. So, thanks for the feedback, Brian. I don't know. Fuck it. You know, I can't even do this. This is fucking ridiculous. This is crazy as hell. No idea.
Dismissed.